Hey, ATM here, America's Thinking Man. War Eagle. Here today to talk about a sign. Something that's been used these days to our detriment, to the detriment of the American people. But first let me take a few seconds here and read you a story that was written back in 590 BC. 2,600 and some odd years ago by a gentleman by the name of Aesop. It's one of Aesop's fables. It's called The Four Oxen and the Lion. A lion used to prowl about a field in which four oxen used to dwell. Many a time he tried to attack them, but whenever he came near, they turned their tails to one another, so that whichever way he approached them, he was met by the horns of one of them. At last, however, they fell a-quarreling amongst themselves, and each went off to pasture alone in a separate corner of the field. Then the lion attacked them one by one and soon made an end to all four. United we stand, divided we fall. That's pretty cool. United we stand, divided we fall, written back in 590 BC. Here's another little use of that phrase. Back in 1799 by a guy by the name of Patrick Henry. Let us trust God and our better judgment to set us right hereafter. United we stand, divided we fall. Let us not split into factions which must destroy that union upon which our existence hangs. Pretty interesting words. Now where does the hyphen, the dash, the minus sign come in? Well, let's take a look. Here's where it's used predominantly in our lexicon, where we divide ourselves: African American, Mexican American, gay American, Chinese American, white, native, poor, wealthy American. Very divisive. It's the use of a symbol that takes us from being united, takes us from being all American to being individual little groups. Now, why is this important? Why are these little groups important? Well, they're important because the government takes them and uses each individual group, pits them against each other. If you remember the story of Aesop, when the oxen stayed together, they defeated the lion. The lion couldn't do anything with them. But when they separated themselves out and went off to their own little corner of the pasture, the lion took them down one by one. So that is what we need to worry about, because as a minus sign, African minus American is African. Mexican minus American is Mexican. Gay, Chinese, white, native, poor, wealthy, Christian, Jewish, whatever you want to put there, minus American is just a little group, a single oxen that's going to run off to its little corner of the field and try to get something from that lion, but all they're going to get is the lion's teeth in their neck, in their throat, and it's going to tear them apart, and then it's going to prey on all the rest of the groups. So what you need to think about is, do you want to be separated from being an American? Do we need this anymore, really? We should all be Americans. We don't need separation anymore. Because, as Aesop told us, united we stand, divided we fall. It's up to you what you want to do. For me, I'm an American. Hopefully you'll join me and you'll do away with the hyphenated thing. God bless America. War Eagle.